So remember when I called Dave Smith a contrarian opportunist or an opportunistic contrarian? Dave Smith went on and on and on about how Trump needed to be impeached. I regret voting for Trump when Trump was about to strike Iran, right? He hadn't done it yet, but he was thinking about it. And Dave Smith went on a rant about how he regrets voting for Trump and he can't believe Trump would do this. And, Trump needs to be impeached, yada, 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 yada. Now, I sat back and I said, you know what? To be fair to Dave Smith, maybe he needs time to do another episode of his little show and double down. Because I went on his Twitter and I was like, okay, Trump just did it. Trump just struck Iran. So now I want to see from you consistency. I want to see you sit there as a grown-ass man, look around you knowing the rest of MAGA is still too scared to condemn Trump and say they're washing their hands of him. I want to see you stand 10 toes down on what you just said. The reality is, like I predicted, MAGA didn't fold. And I saw him on Breaking Point saying that dumbass shit. And no disrespect to Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball was like, wow, because he sat there and said, Trump should be impeached for this. He did his little moment. He has a little moment. And Crystal Ball was like, wow. Fuck, this nigga is a liar, bro. Dave Smith didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. I knew that once Trump does the strike, as long as nothing serious comes from it within about 6 to 7 days and MAGA decides they're still not ready to jump ship yet, Dave Smith will realize, oh, I'm out here by myself. I'm alone in trying to hold Trump accountable. I'm alone in actually standing by what I believe. He folded. Watch.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Do you regret it?
A lot of people made a big deal that I did say that I regretted it the other day. Look, voting to me, I have a different kind of theory of voting than most people do. I think it's kind of like, look, either Kamala Harris or Donald Trump was going to be president. And yeah. I do, you'll have to wait till the end of the 4 years. And if this is the end of this war, then overall right now, I'd probably say, yeah, we're still better off that Trump's in there than if Kamala.
Oh, yes. Family separated. Family separated, medical funding completely destroyed, measles spreading everywhere, Donald Trump disappearing people for having negative opinions about Israel, Donald Trump sparking up foreign wars, LGBTQ youths having their hotline centers destroyed, 4-year-olds with cancer being deported. Oh yes, we're doing so much better under Donald Trump than we would have under someone who was actually qualified. Dave Smith is a fucking Why do people on the left keep acting like he believes in anything? Stop. This is weird. This is so fucking... When are we going to talk about this aspect of MAGA? Dave Smith, he looked around. He had his little moment where he talked this shit and looked brave and looked bold and looked strong, then looked around and saw the rest of MAGA hesitating to say anything negative about Trump. He realized the MAGA movement had no intention of going anywhere and that Donald Trump's little escapade in Iran didn't amount to anything too serious, and then said, you know what? I think we're doing better under Trump. Man, shut the fuck up, man. Like, what are we talking about right now? The Consumer Finance Protection Bureau destroyed. The American public now completely vulnerable to the greedy corporate powers that be in this nation that want to destroy the working class. Dave Smith doesn't care. The Department of Education slashed up and destroyed. He doesn't care. Thousands of important government employees losing their jobs, but this nigga does not care. Dave Smith cares about one thing and one thing only: money and being accepted by the contrarian, anti-establishment media and base. As long as he's got those two things, he's good. A grown-ass nigga who actually believes in what he sees in front of him would actually sit there and say, hey, you know what? Come hell or high water, no matter how any of y'all feel, I don't support Trump no more. To be fair, although I did it, I didn't have an audience, right? I didn't have anything to give up. Like, when Why I Left the Right came out, I had like 4,000 subs. Like, I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have anything to lose. But still, I knew, well, at least I thought at the time, when I changed my mind about where, my political ideologies, were aligned, I knew at that moment in time, conservative media was far more lucrative. Now, at this point, it's not. Liberal media has become pretty lucrative now. But I didn't know that at the time. At the time, I had no idea where things were going to go. I could have sat there and said, well, right now, Brett Cooper's doing amazing. All these people are doing amazing. This is where I want to put my eggs in this basket. I could have sat there and said that. But I prioritized what I knew and felt to be true over how much money I thought I could make. Or, oh man, you know, if I'm right wing, I know I could end up on this podcast and that podcast, and I'll be connected to this person and that person. I knew that right wing media would be a much faster rise, maybe even make me more money. That didn't matter. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And fucking Crystal Ball and Sagar, the next time this fucking clown comes on the show, please ask him about this. If y'all, bro, somebody send this clip to Kyle or Crystal. When this goof comes back on that show, please press him and be honest. Because this man is not serious. This man is a fucking liar. He's lied about the war in Ukraine and basically gave it Vladimir Putin and Russia every cover possible. He can never ever have a spine as it pertains to Trump. Talking about Trump needs to be impeached. What changed? What changed? Nothing changed. What changed was he realized, oh shit. The rest of the MAGA base doesn't care. And my income and my social acceptance depends upon that base and those people in that industry. And they're all still on the side of Trump. I'm not going to be the only one to jump off the cliff. These people, if you're counting on the libertarians, I think I heard Kyle say this recently, the libertarians at least the libertarians are consistent. No, the fuck they're not. They desperately want to enjoy the power, money, and success that comes along with associating with this fucking orange goof. Like, let's keep it 1 trillion. These dudes aren't for real, bro. They desperately want to be in on the cool kids club. They want to be a part of the club for their own benefit. It doesn't matter who else gets hurt. You think they're not watching all the stuff that bro, they see all the stuff Trump is doing, they just don't care. They see all the stuff that Trump is doing, they just don't care. And it's about time liberals, when speaking to libertarians, I'm not about to say, stop talking to them. No, keep talking to them. But when you do, press them. So, you know, you said Trump should be impeached for doing what he ended up doing. What happened? Now, he's obviously going to sit there and say, well, you know, it didn't turn into anything. Yeah, it didn't turn into anything crazy enough for you to have to stand behind what you said. So when you realized standing behind it just wasn't worth it financially and socially, you backed off, as I predicted MAGA would do and that he would do. Talking about I think we're better off with Trump under Kamala. These people don't give a fuck about anyone else but themselves, dude. Swear to God. You know what I mean? Like, my God, to see all this mayhem in this country and to say, you know, I think we'd be better off under Trump after all this mayhem that you know Kamala Harris would have never wrought on this country? Bro, when do liberals and leftists admit that these libertarians are fucking snakes? At least the conservatives are like, oh yeah, destruction, racism, death, destruction, disease, totally cool. Libertarians, oh, when did that happen? Oh, I don't remember. Anyways, I think Trump's a lot better. Shut the fuck up. That's what they do. At least the real conservatives are evil enough to be and really double down. This shit of, oh, dip my toe in the water. Oh, it's not warm enough. That's exactly what it is. Oh, MAGA's not really ready to turn on Trump yet, so I'm going to stay back. I'm not going to actually stand behind what I believe as a man. I'm going to sit there and let the other people dictate it for me. And to watch liberals and leftists congratulate goofs like this and be like, hey, man, man, no, the fuck they don't. But the next time they talk to this fool, they need to ask him about this, because this is unacceptable. Jank over there ducking and dodging accountability. We'll see if Dave Smith does it too. This is ridiculous. Talking about I would have to wait and see for the next 4 years. Nigga, you don't see what happened in 6 months and you waiting for 4 years? That's that rich shit. That's that rich, it doesn't affect me, I have all this money shit. If you were wise, see, the one thing money can't buy is wisdom. If he was wise, he'd realize being rich can't protect me from absolutely horrendous leadership. In fact, the worse this gets, the more dangerous it's going to be for those who have a lot. So if I was rich, I would not vote Republican. It's dumb. In the short term, tax breaks, all of that. In the long term, a populace completely enraged with the upper class, A populist maybe that wants to dip into full-on throttle socialism. A populist that might be, thinking about dragging y'all into the streets. Doesn't sound smart to me. I want to be rich too. I want to be rich, but I'm not dumb enough to sit there and say, oh yeah, just keep fucking over the poor. It couldn't possibly go wrong. One, it's morally wrong to do that. Two, bro, you're outnumbered. At one of them days, they're gonna pull up on your ass. You don't see your money can't save you forever, bro. You can't outrun bad decisions forever, bro. You can't outrun it forever. Talking about something, we're still better off with Trump than Kamala, nigga. Absolute fucking fool. Lie, lie, lie.